Hello friends, it is time for our May thrift haul. Olivia and I went thrifting. We went to 3 different thrift stores. We went to Twice Treasured 2, we went to Emily and Ivy, and then we went to Twice Treasured. I purchased something at each stop, and Olivia didn't purchase anything. She just didn't see anything she wanted this time. So anyway, let me go ahead and get started. We'll get started with Twice Treasured 2, which was the first stop that we made. I had mentioned in one of my other thrift hauls that I really like vintage, old canisters. They have to be original canisters, not reproductions. And I found this Yellow Creek shortening container. It's actually pure lard, which is what they used back in the day. I don't know what the date is on this. I couldn't find a date, but part of the label is damaged, so it could have been there, the date on there. But I really liked it because I liked the yellow color. I liked the aging of it, the patina on it, and what I really liked about it is that it came from Elkhart, Indiana, Elkhart Packing Company, and Elkhart is the town where my son works, so it is not very far from our where we live. So I thought that was really cool. This particular booth, everything was 20% off, so I got this for $6.40. And I'll just use it as a riser in one of my displays somewhere. I'm not sure where. It would probably make sense to have it somewhere in my kitchen, but who says I do things that make sense? All right, the next item I picked up was this really pretty ceramic jar. It didn't have any markings or anything on the bottom of it, but it did look fairly aged. And I really like the two-tone of the dark brown and the tan. I have a sugar bowl and a pitcher, creamer, not a pitcher, but a creamer, a sugar bowl and a creamer in this same exact pattern. And I just really, really liked it, and it was only $4. So I picked that up. I'll probably put some fake flowers in it, probably. And then the last thing I got from Twice Treasured 2 was this vintage blue canister. And it says Italy on the lid. And on the tag, it said that the rubber seal was brand new. They replaced it because the original seal was cracked and chippy, or like crumbling from age. And I'm glad they did because I actually want to use this to hold something. I am going to be trying to get my men folk off of liquid coffee creamers. I've just been doing a lot more. I mean, I've always known they weren't good, that, you know, they were just full of chemicals and stuff. But I've been doing a lot more like research into trying to get back to eating just more whole foods, less processed foods. And I thought one of the easier things to do would be to take away their coffee creamers and have them just use plain half and half. I'll probably get organic half and half from Aldi, and it won't take as much, like half and half, it won't take as much of that to whiten their coffee as this flavored creamers do. And then for sweetener, I thought I would ease them into using coconut sugar. It hasn't come yet, but I ordered some White Blossom coconut sugar. I think that's what it's called. And it's supposed to be more like regular white sugar, because regular coconut sugar is very dark and it tastes very much like brown sugar to me. And I thought that, especially Scott, because he doesn't like coconut, and when I told him coconut sugar kind of tasted like brown sugar, he said, oh, that would be weird. So I think he might like this White Blossom coconut sugar better. So it hasn't come yet, like I said, but it's supposed to come today. Anyway, I wanted to put that coconut sugar in this jar and keep it by the coffee, so they can use this with their half and half and try to get them off of that nasty creamer that's just full of sugar and full of chemicals. And I paid $8 for this jar, which, I didn't think it was too bad for a vintage jar. That is just about the perfect size for what I needed. All right, that's everything I got from Twice Treasured 2. Now, I only picked up 4 items from Twice Treasured. The first item was this little planter. I have been looking at it and looking at it and looking at it for months, probably 6 months or better. Every time I go in there, I would see it and think, oh, that is so cute, and then I would pass it up. But, I have a small collection of vintage planters, and I have it on a shelf downstairs in my basement, and you know how much I love chickens, so I thought this kind of ticked every box, and like I said, it had caught my eye every single time. Now, it does have just a tiny bit of damage on it. On her beak, there's a little bit of a chip. Up here on her comb, there's a little chip. And on her bonnet, there's a little chip. But that doesn't really bother me because, like I said, it is old, and those things happen with things that are old. I don't expect them to be pristine and in perfect condition. I paid $7 for her, which is a little high, but like I said, I really liked her, and I was tired of passing her by. Now, this item, I did pay, I probably paid too much for it, but I was looking at it and I started reading it, and I'm like, oh, I've got to get this just simply for the conversation starting ability of this. It's this tiny little tin, another authentic tin for liver medicine. I paid $8 for it. I know I probably should have only paid $4, but what got me was the on the back, there's something on every side. And it's, let me see if I can find it. Okay, so here it is. It says, Dr. M.A. Simmons Vegetable Liver Medicine for, and this I thought was hilarious, for sick headache, sour stomach, colic, costiveness, which I don't know what that is, indigestion, biliousness, which probably like a gallbladder attack, and diseases, oh, it's so small, and diseases arising from torpidity of the liver. I will look up those words and put it on the screen, what they mean, like costiveness and torpidity. But I just thought that was hilarious. When I read that, I'm like, I've got to get this. This is so awesome. And then it's got advertisements for other medications. For women only, Dr. Simmons Squavine compound. Corrects irregularities, relieves pain, strengthens the nerves. I guess they thought women were very anxious and nervous. It was probably because they wore those darn corsets and they couldn't breathe. That's why they fainted all the time. And then it's got Darby's fluid for cuts, wounds, sores, a disinfectant for the sick room, a sanative wash for women. So anyway, I just thought this was absolutely hilarious. Directions of use: to make a liquid medicine from this powder, pour half a pint of boiling water on the contents of this package. Cover it closely and let stand 12 hours. Strain through a clean linen or cotton cloth. The medicine must be kept in a cool place to keep from spoiling. Some prefer to take the medicine. Oh, it's so small. The print is so small on this thing. Dry. They put a large pinch of the powder on the tongue and wash it down with a swallow of water. The medicinal effect is the same. It's hilarious. Just absolutely hilarious. I loved it so much. And it was worth $8 for me just for the laughs. I will find a place of honor for the Dr. Simmons liver medicine. It makes you really wonder what was in it. they did not have to put ingredients on labels back in those days. So I'm like, what was in this? It was probably baking soda. All right, the next item I got was this little packet of vintage spoons. Originally, I was thinking, you know, our spoons have disappeared. Does that happen to you guys? We have plenty of forks, plenty of knives, but our spoons have disappeared. I don't know what has happened to them. We've actually replaced our spoons, and now we're out of, not completely out, but short on spoons again. So when I saw this little packet of spoons, I thought, well, I'll just use them to replace the spoons that were missing. But actually, there's some really cool spoons in this pack. And I think I'm going to use them for decoration because they're really neat. Let me get the ribbon off and we'll show you each spoon individually here. And they're all kind of rusty, not rusty, but tarnished. So they must be really pure silver. There's this little one. It must have been like a baby spoon maybe. I don't know. There's this one. I like how smooth the handle is. It's really small. They're all really small. This one's probably not that old. I mean, this one I could probably put in our drawer and just use. I do like the design on the handle. It's an Indian head, which that's really cool. This one is like a tiny little ladle, which is really, really cool. And this one has a really pretty handle as well. This one's not very tarnished at all. This one actually has some writing on the back. Oh, it's real silver. International Deep Silver, it says. International Deep Silver. That's pretty, and it's got a pretty little flower bud on the handle. This one's very, very tarnished. I don't know. I've got some silver polish, I think, and I don't know if I should clean them or not. I don't know. I kind of like the tarnished look, but I think if I cleaned them a little bit, you'd be able to see the pattern on the handles better. I might just clean them a little just to bring out the pattern. And then there's this one. This one also has writing on the back. It's got writing on the back, but I can't read it. It's too worn down. There's this pretty little spoon. And then, oddly enough, there's like a pickle fork in there, which I will probably use this because sometimes we really need a pickle fork or an olive fork. We don't eat olives, but a little fork to stab pickles. So that was cute. And I don't know, did I tell you I paid $6 for these spoons and one fork? And there's eight of them, so it was less than $1 a piece. I thought that was really neat. And then the last item I got, it cost $7.50, and it is by the same people that made that little little boat landing scene that I bought last month. I'll show you when I get this in place, but I thought this would look so cool sitting like in with that, like, or next to it as part of the little village. I think this person does such neat work. This one actually has some people, some little people there. There's some flowers. It's just, and it's got a boat, so it like is the companion piece to that other piece that I have. So I will show you when I get this put in place what I'm talking about, the other piece. So that's everything I got from Twice Treasured. Now let me show you what I picked up from Emily and Ivy. When we got over to Emily and Ivy, we walked in and there was a lady there that actually works at Twice Treasured. And I don't know her name. I ought to introduce myself because we know each other by sight. She knew me, she recognized me. I recognized her. We said hello or whatever. And I asked her, I'm like, do you work here too? And she's like, no, I actually have a booth, but I'm taking it down because my life is just too hectic right now and I can't keep, I think she has a booth over at Twice Treasured as well. She just can't keep two booths going. So she's like, if there's anything on this table you want, just take it. You can have it for free. So I found a couple of things. The first thing I found was this cute little blue and white pitcher set. It's by Enesco. I do have a small blue and white collection of things. I don't really display them very often, but I just thought I would just keep this with that, and if I ever decide to decorate with blue and white, I will have this to use. And she was asking $5 for it, but like I said, I got it for free. And then I found one other item. She wanted $3 for it. I don't see any markings on it except there's a number on the bottom, but I don't know what it means. But it's this adorable porcelain Santa, and I'm gonna just add this to my little Santa collection. She was asking $3 for it, and I got it for free. So those were my 2 free items. Now, the way they do things at Emily and Ivy is they take the tag off, the price tag off, and they don't give you a receipt. So I don't have a receipt. I think they give you a receipt if you use a credit card, but if you use cash, they don't give you a receipt. So as I was going through the store, if I found something I knew I was going to purchase, I took a snapshot of it with the price tag, because I knew I wasn't going to be able to remember all the prices of these things I picked up. So after I show you the item, if I can't remember how much it was, I will insert a picture of it with the price tag. Now this one, they kept the price tag on it because it was written in Sharpie marker. It was $8, and this is Pink's Pineapple Sunrise shower gel from Bath and Body Works. It's normally goes for $13.50. I got it for $8. I knew I liked this fragrance, so I picked that up. This little guy, I remember it was only 50 cents, and it's like, I can't leave him behind for 50 cents. I have a little collection of ducks. Now I know that this guy is a goose because of his long neck, but I will just put him in with my little duck collection. Like I said, he was only 50 cents, and how could I leave him on the shelf for 50 cents? There's no markings or anything on the bottom, so I don't really know anything about him other than he's just super cute. The only other item I have that still has the price tag on it is this bird with her chick. It was $2. And underneath the tag, you can tell it says, let me pull it off. It says Japan. I got a glare going on here. There's a Japan. So that means it is older. You can tell by the weight of the porcelain, the delicateness of it, that it is old. And what impressed me the most is that there's no chips anywhere on this little guy. Even the beak is still intact. And I just liked the color. I thought it was really pretty. I love birds. And yeah, it was only $2, so I picked this little guy up. Now the rest of these items, I cannot remember how much they were, so I will put a picture beneath them. I think these were $2.50 a piece. These little pipberry candle holders. I have an idea of where I'm going to use these, but pipberries are expensive if you buy them from Amazon or anywhere else. So I thought $2.50 for each of these was a good price. I'm pretty sure that's how much those were. And then I got this little garland. I think it was also $2.50. Some more pipberry garland. I can just kind of take it apart and use it for different projects or whatever. But I thought that was an excellent deal. Those are kind of like utilitarian items. Then I picked up this little vintage salt and pepper set on the little stainless steel tray, or it might be a silver. Oh, it is a silver tray. You can see the tarnishing of it. And then on the back it says made in Hong Kong. So that is also a clue that it is older. Anything that's not made in China, you know, is older. Everything is made in China these days. So I picked that up. Then I love these restaurant wear little pitchers, little creamers. This is so neat. There's no markings on the bottom. There's a little bit of crazing on the inside, so it does tell me that it's on the older side. It just looks like classic restaurant wear to me, and I just love these white pitchers. I use them a lot in my decor, so I picked that up. This little guy was so cute. He's cast iron. He's quite heavy. They actually had 3 of them there, and I was really debating about getting 2 of them, but then I decided, oh, I just need one, and of course I went with the red one because I love decorating with red, especially in my dining room and kitchen area. So I picked this little guy who's quite heavy, picked him up. And then the last thing I got from Emily and Ivy and from our little vintage shopping today, thrift shopping, was this Pioneer Woman. I had to Google lens it because I wasn't sure what its purpose is. But according to Google, it is a utensil holder. I don't know that I will use it for that. I already have several Pioneer Woman utensil holders. I'm trying to get the tape off of it. Well, whatever. I already got several Pioneer Woman utensil holders, so I'm not sure if that's what I'm going to use it for. I think it would make a really pretty vase for flowers, so that might be what I use it for. But, you know, I love Pioneer Woman. I had never seen this particular item in my Walmart before, and I really liked it, and it was a really good price. I know that. I can't remember how much I paid for it. You will see that in the picture, but I know that what I paid for it was a lot less than what I would have paid for it had I bought it retail. All right, that is everything I picked up on our thrifting trip today. I'm gonna get these things cleaned up and put in place, and then I'll show you how I styled them or what I did with them. All right, this is the first thing I wanted to show you. This was what I was talking about that I had bought last month that I really, really liked. It talked about letting, basically Olivia had pointed that out to me and said that I needed to treat her like a ship and not keep her in the harbor. But anyway, I picked that up, and then this is the other little piece, and I think it just goes really, really well with that. And I love the dimension of the mice and the mushrooms. It makes it even look smaller, like it's a little teeny tiny little village. Here's where I put the little pitberry candle holders or whatever those little dudes were. Up on this shelf I've got these candles. Let me turn them on. It's daylight, it's kind of hard to see, but yeah. I was wanting something around the base of those candles, and I think that, I mean, it's a little bit whimsical and a little bit wild, but I kind of like it. It's cute. Here's where I put the spoons. I cleaned them, and I didn't quite mean to make them quite this shiny, but the silver polish I used was really good and shined them up quick. So anyway, they'll tarnish back up over time, and I kind of like them shiny. And I ended up putting that ribbon back on them, and I just have them laying right there. And then down here, I just kind of for now stuck that little swag of pip berries. I don't think that's where it's going to stay, but I just kind of stuck it there for the time being. If you notice something's missing, it's our refrigerator. Our refrigerator has been dying slowly, and it finally kind of scared me over the holiday weekend, and it's still technically running. It's over there, But we ordered a new refrigerator. It's supposed to be delivered anytime today. And so that's what this big empty gap is all about. But this is where I put that restaurant-ware creamer jug, and I just stuck some silk flowers in there with the sunflower theme going on. Over here is where I put that liver medicine tin and the little red bird. Then above on this shelf, the refrigerator's there for the time being. It won't be there. Hopefully by tomorrow this will be out of here. But anyway, up here on this shelf, I put that brown and tan pitcher, or not pitcher, like a jug or a vase or whatever. And again, I put sunflowers in it. And then on this end down here is where I put the shortening can. So I really like how that looks. All right, friends, that is it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. I haven't been able to style everything in this video, but rest assured I will find homes for everything else that I purchased today. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know which was your favorite item that I found today. Thanks so much for watching, friends, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye, friends.